Hi Aries, welcome to your reading for October 2021, though time is fluid. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, those intuitively guided to the channel, to the reading. Chances are your guides nudged you here. To those who have planets in the sign of Aries, whatever brought you, I want to say welcome, and I hope you receive what it is that your heart needs right now. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Give it a shuffle or two. Everything's pre-shuffled, guys. I want to give out a shout out to my friend who is on March 22nd. I don't know a lot of Aries, but I read for a lot of Aries. So I feel like I know you very well. Okay, let's go ahead and give them a cut. And let's begin. So we'll read this card at the end. I feel it's much more profound that way. It just brings the message home. We'll look at these. We have quiet and we have enthusiasm. It feels like two totally different energies. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Enthusiasm. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Okay, but let's see what we have here. Feminine. You can be a man, and this can definitely still call for that energy. That's more of the nurturing, the empathetic, compassionate type energy. So sometimes you have to bring it into the mix. I know I do. Sometimes I can be, I don't know, very forthcoming. I don't know what the word I'm trying to use, but anyways, feminine. We'll read that at the end. I decided to use the light seers for you. It reminds me of water, but it also reminds me of Aries. So we're going to use the light seers, and then we'll use the gilded tarot. So let's get into the tarot portion. Again, for October, but remember, guys, time is fluid. And what I mean by that is some of this may resonate right now. Some of the items that may come up to talk about the past may resonate. But the future, we're not there yet, right? This is about creating your future. And the potential. Let's give them a cut. And let's begin. If you found this video helpful, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you for your comments. I love knowing how and how, just ties everything together for me. We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is kind of like my Fool. She's the risk taker. She's the perfect card to come out for Aries. She's not someone who thinks long and hard about something. She moves according to her desires. She's a page, so she's still learning this energy, learning how to manifest for herself, himself. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is about something that you want to create. Interesting. We have the Eight of Pentacles right next to the Eight of Swords. Two eights. And then we have the Three of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Certainly does not have to be. It can be the energy of this queen. It's interesting because this is This is really good energy. If I just look right here of creating something for yourself that I feel can be abundant. It's saying if you're willing to put the focus in, that you will grow it. However, and the Queen of Pentacles is someone who, if grounded, coming from a grounded place. I kind of like her and this Page of Wands together, right? Here I am, the risk taker, but it's coming from a grounded foundation, let's say. Eight of Swords is self-created. It is, fear we'll put before ourselves and therefore stop ourselves from doing something. Three of Swords is attached to that, so it's certainly pointing out that Three of Swords is energy that's already happened, and in some way it has caused these walls to, you've built these walls around you. The Eight of Swords is really, you're trapping yourself in your own prison due to the pain of the past. However, as I say that, I also feel like some of you have moved past that point, and now, in some way you're creating, it's like you're creating a business from that energy. Your Queen of Pentacles is someone who can see the details that other people miss. So, in some way, you may be bringing something to others that helps them see or even potentially avoid this Eight of Swords and Three of Swords energy. We have the Five of Swords. A lot of swords for Aries. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Nine of Wands. So first of all, the Nine of Wands is coming under that Three of Swords. So let me bring this down just a little bit more. I just feel like, it's hard to say that this pain of the past was meant to be, because a lot of people don't like hearing that. Sometimes it's our own free will. With all these eights here, it is about self. Page of Wands is a risk taker, and maybe I took some risks that didn't pay off. It doesn't mean my future risk won't pay off, right? If I've learned from that. Nine of Wands tells me you have. This is the reflection. Nine, reflection over. So I become more and more independent within myself. I feel like some of you may have, an idea of doing something out of your home. Maybe you're unsure about it, a little fearful of it, right? Because it's like, I have to make my pentacles at the same time. Five of Swords talks about, it's interesting because it's like the Eight of Pentacles is saying whatever you focus on is what you're going to grow. She's looking at the Page of Wands, so she's looking with enthusiasm on doing something. However, all these swords, I feel like this is about the past, about what you have learned. The Five of Swords is about the toxicity in my life and how it affects me, how it can stop me. Five says consider a change. You may have to remove yourself from this energy, these people, this person. But nonetheless, I feel there's a great energy of taking all of what I have learned through my own hardships, and then it's like putting it to pencil and paper, putting it in the world. And I feel like many of you, this is something that maybe you're doing out of the home. The four of Pentacles under that Eight of Swords also tells me, a need to be grounded in this energy. I need to trust within myself. I want to say just be careful, because the the Four of Pentacles under this Eight of Swords can create a type of energy where I am resistant to change. I don't know what that is. It's like the X. I can be resistant to that. I can be resistant to learning about, I mean, listen, everything that happens in our life is happening for a reason. We're not here for nothing, right? We're here to learn. This is the classroom. Earth is the playground, you know what I mean? And you should experience it all. The Page of Wands, is going to talk about also earlier, before I knew better type of thing. But again, I don't want to sit in the energy of regret. I want to move that into the energy of learning and then allowing it to be part of my wisdom moving forward. Let's take 4 more. Well, I can't put a number on it because every time I do, I get more. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out. So you have 2 5s, first of all. So why did I say you have 2 5s? Now you have 1 5. And 5 ask for a change. You have 2 8s that talk about new beginnings. Okay. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the Lovers, card of Gemini. It can be a head over heart decision. We do have the 7 of Cups, so this kind of makes me wonder if you're trying to make a decision about something. 7 of Cups can be chaotic energy. I'm trying to make it out of the chaos. I have to try to figure out which cup I'm going to choose. 9 of Swords, I'm putting a lot of worry into it. This is unnecessary worry when you see the 9 of Swords. We know why. It's stemming from the 3 of Swords. Boom. And it has moved forward into the 9 of Swords. So if we don't clear certain energy, it can certainly move forward with us, right? Because the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Swords together can be very difficult. Now, it's relating back to that 5 of Swords, though. So that is about other people. What other people have said to you, done to you. It's their toxicity that you no longer can sit comfortably in, right? It's like either I recognize it, so I either have to make a move, but maybe, any change can be hard, right? But once you move through that choppy waters, I feel like it's always worth it. Our last card is the wheel. I shouldn't say our last card because we got one over here. This is the energy of destiny. How interesting, it's right next to the Lovers. It's like someone, like here's the Lovers. The Lovers presents himself, but it throws someone in a tizzy. Like, oh, if I go this direction, is it the right one? Or we'll be like all the ones before it. We have the 3 of Pentacles with that. That's kind of beautiful energy coming over the wheel because that's the universe saying that you need to celebrate who you are and what you bring to this world. And that doesn't mean, when I say that, like, if I'm not doing something major in the world, then my life is for nothing. No, even if you touch one person, right, and then that person touches another person and so on and so forth. So I feel like the universe is saying, appreciate who you are. We've got the 3 and the 3. This is very creative energy. This is your unique part to the world. And this is also where other people are admiring that part of you. And it's coming over the wheel. So, sometimes we're pushed into uncomfortable energy, but the end result can be so worth it if we can go with the flow, if we can understand. It's like, if I can, like the tower shows. Now, why did that tower show? What was my part in it? It's figuring it out without judgment. So, anyways, this Lovers and the 3 of Pentacles sharing that wheel, this can certainly talk about love that has yet to come. Even though I mean, I know that you've had love. It's showing, but I also know you've had heartache because that is also showing. So I feel like, I can do a couple different things here. I can, how do you, I can use this to my advantage. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean that in a more of a seeing the patterns in something, seeing the pattern within my life, and then taking that along with my wisdom that I've gained from this and using it in a way through my creativity. I just feel like it's the only way to live, first of all. But I feel like this is the universe moving you to a certain energy. There's there is a lot of uncertainty, but I have to say I feel like the uncertainty is coming more from, am I no longer this page of wands? Am I no longer willing to take chances or take risks because of, I've done it before and boom, I get to three of swords. I've done it before and boom, I'm in the five of swords. Um, we've all been there. First of all, we've all been there, and I feel like, again, I feel it's like it's a learning experience for you, and not there to make you fearful of your life and of taking chances. So let's see. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. Already pre-shuffled, but we'll give it a couple shuffles. And let's go deeper. All right, I start right at the beginning. The whole spread is reading together, but we're going to try to take it a little bit more step by step. So, Page of Wands is throwing her wand out, like she's throwing it into the future. Where it lands, nobody knows. However, the Eight of Pentacles is like right there. Eight of Pentacles is, being willing to go into the next adventure, the next endeavor as an apprentice. But know that if you truly focus on it and understand it, you end up the master. You end up the master teacher. You end up with success. Starts at the Eight of Pentacles, though. It says, this isn't about miracles just landing in my lap and boom, I have a successful business, or I'm a success in business. No, this says, if you put your focus on it and in it, it will grow. Okay, stop talking, Sandy. We have, hello, the Star. So this is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Card of Aquarius. But this is about manifesting. This is not just daydreaming. This is about manifesting something to you. Coming over the Page of Wands, hello. I feel like that's exactly what you're able to do. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. Look at that. The Nine of Wands is coming over the Eight of Swords. So I feel like wherever I was stuck, I am no longer stuck. The Knight of Wands gives me the knowing and the knowledge and truly, I may have looked at that Three of Swords as like, woe is me in the past, but now I'm looking at it as, how much I have grown because of it. Now, that doesn't sound right, how I've grown because of the Three Swords, but still, the energy of the Three Swords, I feel like, did help you grow. Nine of Wands coming over the Eight of Swords, it's just saying don't trap yourself. into like a non-existent type of life. The star is saying, here's an opportunity for really maybe all your dreams or some of your dreams, or maybe one dream that leads to the next dream that leads to the next. So, the manifestation of your wishes. Page of Wands is the energy that it seems like the universe is asking for. So, again, I'm not going to overthink this. I know what I know, what I know. So, I'm moving forward. Six of Cups can talk about, first of all, it can talk about a period of time where you have very happy memories, nostalgia. It can be of a person, but it can also be of a time, like my childhood, that type of thing. Or even, I'm thinking for some, this can talk about, the love of working for yourself. Now, the Six of Cups can also be someone of the past, and we'll see if it's who's in this Lovers. But let's keep going. This person in the Eight of Pentacles has her back to the energy of the Eight of Swords. And that's why I feel like this is past energy, or it can be. So if I look at that Eight of Swords, again, my self-created prison, because I want to protect myself, the Nine of Wands says, no, you don't need to do that, right? This is about learning and moving forward. Because if you learn from it, it's like, I did a reading yesterday and I got very narcissistic type energy, but I feel like in that energy, people have learned about narcissistic energy, and therefore, if it comes towards me again, I can see it. I can pick it up. We have the Two of Wands. So, moving on from the Three of Swords. This is about a new portal, a new path that's opening up. This is, Wands, your natural home, your natural house. This is about opportunity that shows itself. But I do have to say, you do have to walk through that door. You can't be pushed through it, right? And it's just like the sunlight is giving you the path. So you need to walk through that door, but the door does show, even after the heartache. Why does that door show? Because you took that moment within the Nine, reflected upon, really, what am I doing to myself based on my past? Where am I holding myself back based on what other people have done to me? A lot of times people do hurtful things, and yes, it's to us, but a lot of times they're broken. They're broken. And sometimes broken people are more comfortable around other broken people. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like don't carry that weight. Anyway, here is the doorway. Here is the doorway. Here is the energy of your hopes and your dreams. Here is the energy of your uniqueness, celebrating that, other people celebrating that. Maybe in the past it was the opposite. And I also feel like, it's like, I want to create something, but I'm kind of fearful of it, I'm not sure what to do. I'm kind of scratching my head. What do I do? But in the same breath, I want to feel like it's like this crow is picking at you, but it feels like epiphanies. Nine of Swords, though, if I'm thinking perhaps starting my own business, let's say, through my creative house, there is a lot of fear attached to that. But it's not necessary fear. That's the thing. So that's why I'm saying be careful what you tell yourself. Or, sometimes we tell ourselves that we're limited when truly we're not. Well, hello, Four of Wands. This is the marriage card or the commitment card. Coming over this Queen of Pentacles. She's looking right at that Four of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. Again. Wow. I like how the cards are just coming out. Look at that. We have the Ten of Wands. Okay. We have the Tower. We have the Sun. And we have the Queen of Pentacles again. So let's take a moment before we take any more cards, and let's talk about this. So, we have the Ten of Wands next to the Tower. And I often feel like when the Ten of Wands or the Ten of Swords comes out, if I don't move from this energy, I almost wish the Tower would come in and move me, right? Sometimes I'm like, I'm dreaming of doing something, but I'm kind of stuck in the energy that I'm in. So the Tower can come in, it can come in swift, kind of like unexpected, but I don't feel it's unexpected, to be honest, because I feel with the Ten of Wands, it's almost like if the Tower didn't come in, I don't know. I feel like the Tower is showing really as your friend. Ten of Wands talks about a period of time, a period in your life where a lot of the responsibilities seem to fall on your shoulders. This is a path that you chose, but it has become a lot. I feel like some of you may be worried that there may be something you need to cut out of your life, but you're somewhat worried about that. I want to say don't worry about that. I don't like seeing all these swords for you, but I have to say every time we get something that's a little difficult, there's something beautiful that shows itself. So the Tower is here, but then here is the Sun. So the Sun is, first of all, it's a ruler of Leo, but it is about happy days. Happy days are here again. The Sun is about illumination. We don't have to worry when the sun is out because nothing can hide, right? Nothing can hide in the light. It can only hide in the dark, but the sun will illuminate that. So I feel like anything of the past, what this is saying is if you trust in the energy that you're feeling because you have learned, even if you don't know that you've learned it, you have. And if you can trust in that, the sun is illuminating for you. First of all, it's illuminating this Four of Wands, this commitment card. But it's also coming over your choices, right? With the Seven of Cups. Like every time I choose a cup, it's never as pretty as it started out to be, right? It's never as fruitful as I thought it was going to be. But the sun is here to help you in that decision making. And again, I feel a lot, even though we have love here. Interesting, I have these two Queen of Pentacles together. So for some of you, like, my Sam is a double Virgo. So it could be like energy like that too. This could be someone who is coming in, male or female, and I'm saying that because we have the feminine card. So it could be masculine energy that's coming in, more of their feminine, nurturing, loving, type energy. It's like everywhere you have fear, the universe is saying, but my dear, we're showing you the way. And boom, they show you the way, and something comes out, and then boom, the Eight of Swords comes out. Here comes that fear again. Tower says, boom, we're gonna, don't fear these changes of the Tower, because they really are your friend. I don't know. Like, I feel like, do you want to stay in the Ten of Wands? Do you want to carry the energy of the Three of Swords, the pain of the past? Do you want this prison that you've created to continue? If you do, therefore it will. But if you don't, and I feel like that's what it's saying, like many of you don't want it to continue, but maybe a little unsure of the next direction. So the Tower shakes it up, right? Shakes up the life, shakes up your life. But what's it moving you to? The Three of Pentacles right below. The Wheel, Destiny, the Lovers, the Four of Wands, Commitment, the Sun, joy, happiness, laughter. I don't have to be fearful here because I'm trusting in my own energy to know if something that comes towards me is good or bad. Like, I know that. We have, look at this, we have the Wheel. Again, over the Lovers now. The Wheel is connected on two sides of the Lovers. So, does this mean that the universe is, in a way, moving two people in place? More than two people, but moving people in place with someone who is like-minded, is like you. And I don't mean just like you, but what I mean is you're on the same vibration. Maybe you've had the same life experiences, different but similar. And because I always feel like when you find this and you sit and talk to each other, you're like, oh my gosh, we have so much in common, right? There's so much that each of us needed to overcome that brought us perhaps to this very moment. So we have destiny playing for both of these lovers here. We have the ability to make a true commitment here, not just to another, but also to ourselves. We have the Sun that says, don't fear, right? Don't fear the Tower. I give you light. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Empress. We have the Knight of Swords. Well, hello. And we have the Two of Cups. So just the way I laid it out, the Two of Cups ends up under the Lovers. I mean, hello. So again, both lovers carrying the energy of the Wheel. We have the Empress here. The Empress is very creative energy, and she is the feminine energy. So she is the right energy to come out at this point. All these learning experiences have brought you to the Empress's energy. She's walked the path of all the queens. She has the collective wisdom of all the queens. She's someone who doesn't let life make her rigid because of her experiences. It took time to get to this point. This is, I feel like we all have this energy within us, but to bring it out, it takes time. It takes experience, is what it takes. The Empress is very compassionate, but she's compassionate because she has walked, right? She has walked the footsteps of the Eight of Swords, of the Ten of Wands, of the Three of Swords. She's been there. I've been there, but I've overcome. I often feel when we get the Lovers with the Four of Wands, it talks about truly a very special connection. And, I feel like if we haven't evolved to a certain point, how could we be all that the Four of Wands ask us to be? How can we recognize who's a soulmate, who's not a soulmate? And by the way, soulmates don't always come in to make your life easier. They can come in to teach you. They can come in to just for a second, for a nudge, to nudge you this direction. Let's not forget we have a new portal opening up over that Three of Swords. So that pain within the Three of Swords, it's time to put it in the past. And I know easier said than done, but I have to tell you, because of that, there's a lot of energy that's been created that is just unnecessary. We've got to go back to the Fool's energy and be willing to take chances, be willing to manifest. It's interesting too, because now I see the Page of Wands, which again is my Fool, is my manifester, is my risk taker. She's carrying the energy of her hopes, her dreams, her wishes, but the Eight of Swords is also there. So I got to recognize that. I don't want to manifest out of that energy, right? I want to be open to what the universe, like, I don't want to put limits on what it is I manifest. I really want it open because I feel like when we're in that energy, the universe seems to be very kind, right? Because we're matching that energy. So keep that in mind too. But boom, let's come back down here again. So we have the Two of Cups over the Lover. Both of these lovers is carrying the energy of destiny. This Empress is really allowing her creative self to shine. Again, male or female. And what I mean by that, she's bringing out her uniqueness to the world, and the world is responding back. I feel like I've been feeling this a lot in October, like where many are becoming the defender of man, which, by the way, is the meaning of my name. And I just keep saying that now, but I feel like many of you, because we're soul, we're all soul family. So if I'm the defender of man, I feel like so are many of you, and it's the realization of that. I feel like when you really are doing what it is that makes you happy, the universe is answering you back. So I feel like, first of all, once I get past all the sword energy and I reflect upon it so that I can just gain the knowledge from it, the other swords, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, can then go away. The universe opens up the door to the potential of true, well, I'm saying a true relationship, but I'm not saying the ones before weren't. But this feels like to be the one, right? The right one. We have the Knight of Swords down here too, and he's our communicator. I was just looking what he's under. He's under the Nine of Swords, but also touching this Queen. You know, I feel like this is what I feel like. I feel like I have some here who are, still in the Eight of Swords energy. So I'm still protecting myself from the outside world, let's say. And that's okay, if that's what you choose. But I also feel I have quite a few who have moved beyond that and are moving closer to the energy of the Lovers and the Two of Cups. But not just that. I also feel the energy of you creating from your creative house, your uniqueness. And it's attached also to the Tower. And that's why I say I feel like you shouldn't fear the Tower. I feel like the Tower was your friend. And not just that, but I feel like the Tower energy it may bring us all the way back around to the Eight of Pentacles. Right? This is where I really start creating. This is where I am receiving my epiphanies. She's looking over that page, receiving these epiphanies. This is where I really start going after my dreams. And the only thing I feel like that can come in between it would be you. Now, I also want to say, just be careful that you're clearing the energy of the past, as in like how people, like other people's opinion, other people's words to you that we take on, right? Become who we are. We don't want that anymore. It's like the shedding of the skin, the shedding of the past. And I think before I let you go, I'm going to take out, I'm going to pick these up real quick. And I want to look just a little deeper. I want to keep the Four of Wands out also. I'm going to look a little deeper at that energy. We do have the Six of Cups that can talk about someone of the past, manifesting someone of the past. Now, when I say that, I hope it's not anyone who put you in the Eight of Swords type of energy. I mean, you put yourself there. That's self-created energy. The good news about that is we can uncreate that energy because we created it to start with. But the Five of Swords kind of puts us, you know, where some of these swords are, you know, out of our control. Where our control is, though, whether we stay in it. Okay. Let's pick these up. And let's bring out Four of Wands was first. We'll put out the Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Wheel, and the Two of Cups. We'll put it like that. I know there's a little glare. And let's use a brand new deck. Let's use the Crystal Vision. Give it a couple shuffles. So again, the Four of Wands, that talks about partnership, commitment, marriage, family. There's no one in here who doesn't want to be in here. This is exactly where I want to be in the Four of Wands. The Lovers, I feel like that talks about a commitment. It can certainly talk about twin flames. It can talk also about past lives and maybe unfinished business that is now coming around. The Wheel, it's destined, right? It's destined for you. And then the Two of Cups. I mean, hello, love. Hello, love. Let's give him a cut. You know, in the Lovers and in the Two of Cups, they're both looking eye to eye. Eye to eye. Like, I see you. Maybe in the past, people just didn't see you, appreciate you for all that you are. You know, and it takes time to build character, right? The character is from our experiences. We have the Eight of Pentacles again, under that Four of Wands, and then look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. Whose reading did I just do that has very, it's funny, Leo. I did Leo's reading. And Leo's reading related a lot back to Aquarius's reading. And it's funny because now this reading is relating back to, if I can see the similarities between both the readings. And by the way, all different decks of cards. I make sure that I do that for you and me so we can see the synchronicity. So we have the Ten of Cups under these Lovers. We have the Four of Wands. Whoa. Look at this. Okay, well, let's see what else. We have the Queen of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Gemini out on the board. We have the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Next to this Queen of Swords, we have the Four of Wands again, coming under the Eight of Pentacles. So let's stop and look at that, because we have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. What does that mean? What it means is within the Eight of Pentacles energy, if I want this type of relationship, I need to put my focus on it, right? If I want the Ten of Cups, I got to be able to be loving. I got to be all that the Ten of Cups ask for. If I want the Four of Wands, right, I really truly need to make a commitment to this. And again, the Eight of Pentacles is saying, if you put your focus, if you're willing to put the work in, because even great love requires attention, work, right? It does, even great love. And this is kind of what it feels like. We have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Hierophant card of Taurus. But this talks about also your belief system, believing again. It's a 5. It asks you just to check your belief system. Card of Taurus also. Interesting, the Seven of Swords is between them, because the Seven of Swords can be very tricky type energy, right? Can be what feels like untrustworthy energy. However, it's a 7, which also talks about spiritual completion, spiritual knowledge, right? Gaining, moving into my spirituality. And I feel like that is what it's talking about with the Hierophant right there, right? It's the trusting of your spirituality. You're remembering within your life that you're not just this human being who needs to trap themselves, right? You are spirit. You are a spirit who came down to this earth, came down into this lifetime to create, to experience. And if I go back, the Eight of Swords doesn't let me do that so much. Here, it feels very open. Let's see if we can get one. Let's see, one last card. Well, thank you. And hello. We have the Emperor. I mean, is that not just perfect? First of all, we had the Empress, and now we have the Emperor, card of Aries. So, beautiful. We have Aries right next to Taurus, by the way. We have the Queen of Wands attached to the Emperor, which is very like-minded energy. And I feel like that's just what this is talking about. The Emperor is, has become the leader of the people, but also the leader within himself, right? This person has walked, just like the Empress, has walked in other people's shoes. This is someone that in the upright we look up to. So we look up to you, right? You are the one that ushers in spring, right? The growing season. So that may be talking about that. Okay. Well, guys, I feel like this is definitely talking about your pentacles, your creative house, not allowing yourself to be stuck in it. Take chances. Trust in your spiritual energy. Trust in your faith. Don't think that the Four of Wands cannot be for you, because it can be for you. But we have to remember too, like if I stay broken and lost, it doesn't mean that love can't find me in that, but all the work I put before that, right? All the kind of steps that maybe I myself needed to take. But I'm not going to say that great love can't come when you're broken, because, sometimes it can. But the willingness to move out of the past, I feel like, is the main thing. So I feel like your guides are saying there's greatness waiting for you. There's great love waiting for you. But you got to put the action in, right? You've got to be able to walk through that portal. You've got to be able to clear the past. I mean, it just doesn't seem to fit all those, like the Three of Swords and two Eight of Swords. It doesn't seem, and the Ten of Wands and the Tower, it doesn't seem to fit with what the potential of the future is showing. So I feel like that, if I can clear that, I open the door to what the universe really wants to bring me. Don't put limitations on it. Some of you truly, I feel like you feel like I won't have that Four of Wands. Well, if I think that, maybe I won't. But if I believe it, right? If I trust in it, if I have faith in it, just maybe I will. Just maybe I will. And, maybe the lovers that I had in the past, yes, they've given me pain, but truly, when I reflect upon my past, there is a lot of wisdom to be gained. And when you are living within your wisdom, because that's what the Ten of Cups would need, that's what the Four of Wands would need. The willingness and the ability to move forward, even if it's with someone of the past. It's not about things coming back and being the same way. If this is about someone of the past, because we had the Six of Cups, this is about coming to the table in a new energy, in a higher vibration. That's what the Hierophant is asking for you, right? Your faith, keeping the faith. This is kind of beautiful, guys. I mean, we keep matching energy. 2 4 of Wands. You know, I already know that in the 4 of Wands, no one's kicking and screaming to be in this love affair, right? Look at this. So, I think I'm going to leave it there, but let's read your card from Mother Mary. Feminine. Again, doesn't matter if you're male or female. Especially since we had the Empress and the Emperor. Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be both feminine and strong. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will. Whether you're a woman or man, you have a feminine and a masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message for you to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. Your femininity includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. So, it is essential to allow yourself to receive. With the Eight of Swords, I am not allowing myself to receive. I'm not. It's just a fact, right? That Eight of Swords moved into the Nine of Swords, which can be isolation, depression, woe, doom, all that. Mother Mary is saying, no, 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 no. It's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. So I feel like, in a way, you can let go of control of how something must show. Matter of fact, don't put limitations on how something must show, because this feels better than perhaps we could even expect. The wheel is your destiny. What's surrounding the wheel right now? The Lovers and the Two of Cups. What's around the Lovers? The Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. I mean, and then we finish with your major arcana. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Was I going to say? Just thank you. Thank you for everything. I'm not going to keep you long. Just thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing the videos on your social network platforms. Did I say that right? I appreciate that. It helps it get to more people that potentially need to hear the messages, or it helps them in some way. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. It's like paying it forward, I feel like. Just thank you for allowing me to be me, and I hope you receive this as, divine, showing you all that can be. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.